Y'all want to know what really cracks me up? Every time somebody posts a manifestation success story, boom, here comes the detectives. It's fake, liar, never happened. Like clockwork. And I'm sitting here like, really? That's where you draw the line? You'll believe in billion-dollar crypto coins. You'll believe your phone can talk to a satellite in outer space. But God forbid somebody's SP texted back. That's the conspiracy of the century, right? Congratulations, Sherlock. You cracked the case. You want a cookie? Even if it was fake, what's your point? If it made somebody believe again, if it shifted their state, if it helped them embody the version of themselves that actually gets results, then it worked. End of story. And that's what you're really mad about. So guys, this is going to be a different video than my normal content. So if you're not into a rant style video, go ahead and click on one of my other videos or on another channel. But I really need to get this out here, and I'm going to be breaking this down Barney style so even the simpletons in the back rubbing two brain cells together can follow along. Simpletons, get your crowns ready. Those of you who already get this, grab your tea, because I'm about to leave absolutely no crumbs left. And yeah, before anyone comments, I'm off camera today. No glam, no mascara, no beautiful backdrop, because when I'm in this mood, I don't do cute, I do truth. I'm not performing, I'm processing. And I'm not preaching, I'm venting. And honestly, I'm just tired. I'm tired of watching people who finally clawed their way out of the old version of themselves get told they made it up. Tired of strangers with zero evidence screaming fake at someone's evidence of change. So this one's straight from their gut, no script, no gloss, just me. And if it makes you uncomfortable, good. That means it's working. Here's the truth. When someone yells fake, what do they really mean? What they mean is if that's real, then I could have done it, and I didn't. It's easier to call you a liar than admit they settled. Because if you actually changed, if you actually created something new, then their excuses have an expiration date, and that terrifies them. So they play internet detective. They turn belief into a crime scene. They zoom in on screenshots like they're on CSI Manifestation Unit. Meanwhile, the person they're dissecting is out living the life they swore was impossible. Let's talk about the fan favorites that skeptics love to roast. Oh, sure, your ex blocked you, married someone else, and still came back months later. Fake! Yeah, because humans never change their minds, right? Half of Netflix catalog is literally that storyline. But when it happens to a manifester, suddenly it's witchcraft. You randomly got a $40K check in the mail? Fake. You've clearly never filed taxes or dealt with bureaucracy. Governments and banks misplace money all the time. But when reality corrects itself in your favor, it's somehow suspicious? She was fired Friday and landed a remote dream job gig on Monday. Fake. No, that's called alignment and momentum. She stopped being the version who tolerated mediocrity and became the one who gets offers. Reality matched it. He healed something doctors said was incurable. Fake. It's called placebo, nocebo, neuroplasticity. Brains rewire, bodies follow. That's not woo-woo, that's literally neuroscience. She couldn't have kids for 10 years and suddenly conceived? Fake. Medical journals are full of spontaneous conceptions. But sure, random YouTuber comment Bob must know better. He lost 80 pounds without counting calories. Fake. Maybe he stopped identifying as the person who needed that weight. Identity shift changes habits faster than any diet. She manifested her celebrity crush DMing her? Fake. You believe quantum physics can entangle particles across galaxies, but a DM is where you draw the line? Okay, Einstein. Oh, gosh. So her dog came home after 2 years? Fake. Animals follow scents for miles. Maybe the universe decided to close a loop. Either way, Fido's back. Deal with it. Someone's lawsuit just disappeared? Fake. Courts dismiss cases daily for lack of evidence or clerical error. But when it benefits a manifestor, all of a sudden you think it's photoshopped. She woke up and said the timeline changed. Fake. Neurology calls it perceptual reframe. Spiritual folks call it quantum jump. Either way, she's happier and you're still scrolling. You notice the pattern, right? They don't attack small wins. No one calls found a quarter on the sidewalk fake. It's always the big, life-shattering shifts that make people panic because it forces them to admit reality is malleable. Here's the thing. Calling it fake protects their identity. They built a whole personality around being the rational one who just tells it like it is. Translation: I gave up, so you should too. But if they see someone defy what they believe is possible, their ego short circuits. Because if you can do it, they can no longer pretend they're a victim of circumstance. So they scream fake to stay safe in their mediocrity. Let's take this back to Jesus for a second. He heals people left and right, and what do the Pharisees say? Fake. He does this by the power of demons. So if the Son of God had a comment section, he'd have the same trolls. Or look at the woman with the issue of blood. 12 years sick, touches his robe, heals instantly. Jesus doesn't say, I did that. He says, your faith made you whole. Translation: belief did it, not proof. So if your manifestation story inspires someone to believe again, you just replicated the same principles that's been changing lives for 2,000 years. What about the parables? Jesus told made-up stories all the time. The Good Samaritan, the prodigal son, the lost sheep. Nobody's digging through records trying to verify if those dudes existed. They were metaphors. And 2,000 years later, people are still rewriting their lives off of them. You don't question Jonah living inside a well. You don't question Noah cramming a zoo onto a boat. But Becky manifesting a proposal after years of self-work? Fake! Make it make sense. Buddha did the same thing. The blind men and the elephant. Every one of them touches a different part, argues they're right, misses the whole picture. That's the comment section. A bunch of blind men arguing over a trunk while the rest of us are seeing the entire elephant. And the poisoned arrow? A man gets shot, refuses treatment until he knows who shot it, what wood the bow was made of, what direction the arrow came from. He dies asking questions. That's skeptics. Before I'll believe this story, I need all the evidence. Cool. You'll die curious. Every culture uses fake stories to spark real changes. Aesop's talking animals, that never existed. still, it's teaching morals 2,000 years later. Rumi wrote poems about love as if love were a guest knocking on your door. Shakespeare wrote tragedies that made kings rethink power. Harriet Beecher Stowe wrote a novel that helped end slavery. A single story can move nations, but Becky's text backstory is too realistic. Okay. Humanity evolves through stories, not your spreadsheets. Now for the I only believe science crowd. Congratulations, I brought the science. The placebo surgeries. Dr. Mosley, 2002. He literally cut people open, did nothing inside, sewed them up. They healed exactly like the ones who got real surgery. Harvard IBS study in 2010. They told patients they were taking sugar pills, but people still got better. Gong Yu visualization study, 2004. People imagined lifting weights for weeks. They still gained measurable muscle. The brain doesn't know the difference between imagined and real. So when someone hears a success story and suddenly believes, wait, maybe I can have that, their neurology rewires. Whether the story was factual or not doesn't matter. The brain codes it as possibility. For the trolls that psychoanalyze, let's talk about it. They're projecting. They're accusing you of lying because they can't admit they lied to themselves about what's possible. It's also cognitive dissonance. If your story is true, their worldview breaks, and that's too painful, so they call it fake. It's also confirmation bias. They scroll looking for proof it doesn't work. You scroll looking for proof that it does. You both find it. And also, it's addiction. They are addicted to misery. They treat pessimism like it's a personality. Being jaded makes them feel smart while they're staying stuck. Ever notice skeptics never post their own wins? Only criticism. They built an identity around doubt. Here's the deeper truth. Every story is a mirror. What you see in it is what you believe about yourself. When you hear a story and feel inspired, that's your higher self saying, this is available to you. When you hear it and feel triggered, that's your ego yelling, it could never happen. Same story, different identity. So when someone comments fake, what they're really revealing is their reflection. They're not reviewing the story. They're confessing their limits. For the manifestation police, you ever notice they've always got a cartoon profile pic, no uploads, and a username like TruthSeeker1988? Dude, you're fact-checking miracles from your mom's Wi-Fi. You think cynicism is critical thinking. It's just insecurity with better vocabulary. They'll believe in aliens, astrology memes, and government cover-ups. But the moment somebody says they changed their life through identity work, fake. If cynicism burned calories, half of y'all would be supermodels. Even if a story was exaggerated, so what? If it ignited belief in someone else and that belief produced a tangible result, was it really fake or was it effective? Faith doesn't ask, is it factual? Faith asks, does this expand me? Two people hear the same story. One scoffs, one shifts. Guess which one manifests? You want proof? Fine. Here's the kind they can't Google away. A man came to me heartbroken, convinced his relationship was beyond repair. He stopped begging reality to change and started being the version who was already loved, already chosen. And now, same boyfriend, different version, different reality entirely. They're engaged. Fake, says the peanut gallery. Meanwhile, they're off planning their wedding. A mother decided she was done accepting labels. Her little boy, who was nonverbal and on the spectrum, is now laughing, interacting, and talking. You can call that fake from your couch. She calls it Tuesday. Another client of mine failed an exam for a career-defining position, rewrote her reality. She stopped identifying as the one who failed and embodied the professional who passed easily. When results posted, the record showed her passing. Explain that one, Sherlock. Another client was drowning in SP content, chasing techniques, watching every video, doing everything but living. She took on the challenge that I gave her in coaching. 7 days of self-focus, no SP. Within days, she was so focused on herself. And that's when he showed up. Now he's the one doing the chasing. And my actress client, she landed the role of a lifetime that she never imagined that she'd land. Not because she begged for it, but because she decided she was it. That's what identity does. It doesn't chase, it magnetizes. And let's be clear, I'm not speaking theory here. I went from childhood poverty to 6-figure success. I've slept in cars, showered in gas stations, and still built a career most of those trolls couldn't imagine. I've heard the dreaded C word from doctors, and I'm 20 plus years cancer-free. I've built a relationship with my son that was once completely fractured. I've changed the weather on vacation because rain didn't fit my itinerary, and reality agreed. So when somebody screams fake at me or my clients, I laugh. Because every one of those impossibles is now daily life. When you label someone's success story as fake, you're not analyzing evidence. You're revealing identity. You're saying that can't be me. And the universe nods politely and says, you're right. It won't be. But the moment you hear a story and let it inspire you instead of threaten you, that's when it becomes possible for you too. Faith and proof are not friends. Proof waits until it's safe. Faith moves while it's dark. Proof demands to see it first. Faith knows it because it is. So if you're waiting to believe until reality shows you a receipt, enjoy the waiting room. The rest of us are out here living the evidence. So keep typing away, detective. Keep yelling fake at people whose lives got better while you're busy auditing them. Because here's the truth. Every time you declare someone's miracle as fake, you cast a spell that makes it fake for you. That's how powerful your word is. Even your doubt manifests. You can be the one who argues about others' miracles, or you can be the one who lives them. You can demand proof, or you can be the proof. One path keeps you scrolling through strangers' wins. The other turns your life into one. Choose wisely. Because in this reality, the one you're selecting right now, The story you believe is the story you live. Now go make your story so unbelievable that they'll call it fake too. That's the video, guys. That's it. That's the rant. I had to get this out here. And I know that those that are hearing this message needed it. Whether you are a believer or you are a skeptic, you needed this message. And if you would like to work with me personally, links to my services is in the description. I also just started a brand new community. It's on the school platform. That's amazing. We've got so many powerful manifestors over there. We encourage each other. We help each other expand and grow. And I go live for group coaching. We just did our first group coaching call yesterday, and it was absolutely amazing. I will be posting that here on YouTube for you guys to check out so you can hear the coaching live and get the wins from it also. We had a live success story during it, so it's absolutely phenomenal. You can check out the information for the school community in the description. I do offer a 7-day free trial right now. And right now, membership is only $10 a month. I will be raising that in the near future. But if you lock in $10 a month, the price never raises on you. And I know, no matter who's watching my videos, day or night, you're about to have the best day or night of your life. And I already know that that's the case for you. Take care.